Hi, I'm Martin McGuire. I'm an internationally known and collected wildlife artist who's been painting professionally with acrylic paints for 35 years. Just a bit of a bio. I've had my work hung in the Smithsonian, the London Natural History Museum, the Dallas Natural History Museum, and National Geographic Center, just to name a few. In those 35 years, I've only painted with acrylic almost exclusively. So, have you even tried acrylic? Did it leave you frustrated wanting to tear your hair out? Did you end up throwing away hundreds of dollars of paint? Well, I'll personally share with you all the tips and techniques of what makes acrylic work so well. Now, one of the things that helps is that I paint in a different kind of acrylic, one that is based in resin. These are called Chromacolours. They're made in England. I've been using them about 20 years. To make things easier, we've also started carrying my full palette of 20 pots. Even if you don't buy chromas, I still suggest that you try painting with the liquid acrylic instead of the tube acrylic. A couple of things that make acrylic one of the best paints I think there is that number one, it's flexible. Now, of course, you'll never see this happen on your painting. But when it's humid or dry or it's moving from one location to another, oils will have the tendency to be very fragile and crack. You can see this on the master's paintings in the museum. Acrylic is a plastic, and even though you won't see it with your own eye, it will flex. The drying time actually helps. There are times where I'm finishing a painting right before an exhibition or boxing it up. So I'll share with you all of these things that make acrylic so good. So you wonder, how do you keep them from drying so fast? Again, I want you to learn to embrace their properties, and I'll show you how to do it. With the creative jumpstarts, what we're going to be doing is getting your juices flowing. Get the techniques under your belt so that in probably about 6 months, we'll start deeper full immersion tutorials with paintings from start to finish that include questions and answers through email from you to me. So, to give you an incentive to go ahead and give our Creative Jumpstarts a try, we're going to offer you a special free presentation called Tembo Trouble. This is a major commission painting I did, and it will show you start to finish how I did the painting. It's in a PowerPoint format, but it's animated, and we'll have my voiceover to talk you through how I do the painting from beginning to end. That has a value of $49. And if you share this video post on Facebook and we see the share, you will receive free of charge a special presentation called All About Eyes that isn't available anywhere else. It'll just be our special gift to you. I'd like to share with you this testimonial that I just received. I'm a watercolor artist and recently decided to expand my knowledge and give acrylics a try. Acrylic offers a more broad, flexible ability to paint transparent, translucent, and opaque, combined and have it look fantastic. It's rare for an artist of Jan's caliber, thank you, to come along and want to give back to other artists to learn. Jan now offers online tutorials for artists that are a fantastic way to learn. The student, artist, is able to learn to paint with one of the best wildlife artists in the country. Learning is part of the fun and a great journey with which I'm going to enjoy. Thank you, Don. I appreciate that. So we're going to give you a little sneak peek at one of our videos, just to kind of give you a feeling of the atmosphere, the feeling of sitting right with me as I'm doing my creative jumpstarts. And I hope to see you soon here with me in my online studio. We're going to do this sort of abstract background. I'm going to take a flat brush. I don't use a lot of flats, but when I'm doing, kind of this sort of thing, and re-put them on. So I'm wetting my brush. I use no medium at all. I only use water. Chromacolours do dry a slight bit slower, and they dry the correct color. So I'm picking up some of my ultramarine, burnt umber, a little bit of the dioxazine purple, a little bit of the chroma green. As you can see on my palette, I'm kind of putting it together. So what I'm going to be doing is layering my brush within it. And I'm going to be putting some white with the chromium green. Okay. And as you can see, I could turn this brush sideways. I can turn it flat. I can move it back and forth, which is sort of a scrumbling technique. It's about 2 inches deep, maybe not quite. And I buy it in a big square like this. Not that much on this painting, but in other paintings, I'll teach you BSM, which is the Bateman sponge method. If you don't know what that is, you need to watch my other videos or Google it. So what I'm doing right now is just mixing a hodgepodge. I like this green area over here I created in the computer. So I'm picking up some yellow ochre, some of the chromium green, and I picked up a bit of burnt umber. Very, very, very loose, very thin. Remember, Chromacolours can be diluted. I want to be sure that I address certain areas, such as this darker area in the log. Again, I'm being very careless with this because I know in reality it doesn't really matter, and you'll see why here in a second. I'm not going to really worry about drying these lichens in yet because they're going to be put over bark. Okay. Okay, you see there's some areas here I did get with this. So I know it's very difficult to see, and that's why this flip-on drawing, because I'm going to constantly be changing it and need to go back to the drawing. Okay. That was enough fussing. Now, this is a very messy technique. Your hands will get filthy dirty. I am like the world's messiest painter. You can see I've got stuff on my hands and I haven't even really done anything yet. This cellophane technique, it can get really messy, particularly where it meets the bird. Because he's got a very white breast, okay. It may be a bit difficult to see. To me, I'll try moving it up here. I hope it doesn't go out of focus, but I can see the white marks. So that gives me something to go on. What I do at this point is to get a smaller round